everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody kicking it, chilling? Good to see you, Wrath of Wood. How are you doing tonight? Glad to have you in here. Yeah, welcome to the lost episode, or the regaling of the lost episode of The Lounge. So, yeah, this is it. For anybody who doesn't know, a few days ago, I did an episode of The Lounge, and I did a big no-no. I doxed myself by accident, purely by accident. So today that won't be happening. So welcome to the lost episode, Lounge episode 37.5, which I've never done before, but for anybody who doesn't know, that's how we're going to do it from now on when we have a Lounge episode that gets mysteriously lost. Ooh! Glad to have y'all in here. I see Lettuce is coming in and hanging out. Good to have you in here, buddy. So, yeah, it's a little late. But there's a good reason. I have officially started a new project that I am very, very excited about. And, you do Lettuce private show? Well... Oh man, I'm working on a lot of projects right now, you guys, and I'm so excited. I'm in such a good mood. Things are going really good. So clearly, as you guys might have noticed, I you guys probably saw that. Bam! Pokemon Yellow. It's a thing now. I'm going to be releasing videos about that, and that's really cool. I'm having a good time with it. I'm going to be doing glitches and things like that. The next video will probably be me challenging the first gym badge, so look forward to that, you guys. I was really surprised to find that the short clip that I released of me turning on my Game Boy and for nostalgia purposes and watching the Yellow introduction, people like that. People really like that video, so that is weirdly very successful on my channel right now, which I find hilarious. And I put a lot of work into the Glitch Gengar video, and it seems like it's doing all right, you know. Oh, that's a little loud in my ear out of nowhere. Turn that down a little bit. Let's see. I missed out on the doxing. Was gonna send you a bag of dicks. Bring it. Yeah, all I did was show my email, which is something I shouldn't be showing off to people. I'm trying to get myself in the habit of just shutting off my email whenever I stream. That way, if an accident like that occurs, I don't accidentally dox myself. So yeah, that's something that I got rid of. I also did some editing of some older videos on my channel. I had to cut out some sound in a few of my older videos. I also had to change a video. I had to cut some footage out of a particular video where I did some other no-nos in them, and that was something I did last night, actually. So I doubt anybody will know what I'm talking about, which is fine. But that's okay, because they were all older videos and they're not really... I mean, I wouldn't mind them being relevant, but they're not exactly relevant right now, so that's fine. There is no sex in the champagne room. Yes, it's meet and greet only. But yeah, I'm really happy to see Lettuce in here. He said he was going to be in here, which is really nice. But yeah, we big project in motion right now, and very excited about it. I'm going to be working on it probably a good amount of tonight. I'll probably be working on the next Pokemon Yellow glitch run video, and which I'll probably be recording. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised maybe a little bit after this stream. So we'll see. I'm a busy boy right now. I'm doing a lot of things, keeping myself busy, working on a lot of projects, and that makes me really happy. It makes me feel productive. It makes me feel like I'm getting things accomplished, you guys, and you know, look forward to new things, new projects, new things. I'm not sure if I'm totally comfortable with 100% talking about the project right now. I kind of want to just spring it on you guys and see how everybody feels about it rather than, you know, hype it up by talking about it so much. So the only hyping I'll be doing is new project. That's all you need to know right now. So unless, you know, if it comes up, it comes up, but I think it's fine as it is right now. So Rileywood says, I'm at Crash soon. I'm somewhere between a Snorlax and Jigglypuff level sleepy times. Okay, that's all good. I definitely don't mind. Like I said, I'll admit I'm streaming the lounge a little bit late tonight, and for good reason. So Pokemon glitches are popular stuff, dude. I mean, I guess. I mean, the actual Glitchgar video is not... It's not popping off, which is fine. I wasn't necessarily expecting it to. I worked really hard on it, but it's okay. It's doing average, and that's all I needed to do right now, so that's okay. But the short, like 50-second clip of me turning on my Game Boy in Pokemon Yellow is doing really good, I guess. So that's a little unusual, but it is whatever it is. I just realized that I left my AC on. I should probably turn my AC off. I was trying to... It got really hot. A heat wave is in my area right now, so it's very hot. I'm often sweating like a dog. In fact, it's been pretty crazy. Tonight has been hotter than it has been all day today, which is really weird. So yeah, heat wave coming in. Let me turn off the AC real quick. I don't want it running the whole time while I'm streaming. So give me just 1 second here. Give me a second. All right, there we go. We're all good. I was so rushed to get this stream going that, by the way, I need a haircut. I'm realizing how poofy my hair is on camera right now, so haircut coming in soon, hopefully relatively soon. Get good, Scrub. Shut up, Lettuce. You don't know me. You don't know me and my ways. I do what I want. But yeah, I'm just in a super good mood. I woke up really late today, which was unfortunate. I sort of had a hard time sleeping this morning. I was just really pepped up and hyped up when I went to bed, and I also did something naughty. I went to bed on a full stomach, and even though I ate like an hour before I went to bed, it just didn't digest quickly enough for me, so it was a little uncomfortable trying to fall asleep on a full stomach, and that kept me up. And I was also kind of just hyped up. I had a lot of stuff on my mind, so I went to bed late, and then I got up really late. Like, I got up at like 7:30, which is not good. That's not good. I don't want to be getting up at 7:30 p.m. Because that's really late to sleep in for me. For anybody who doesn't understand, I try to go to bed at like 10 in the morning, and then I try to get up at like 6 p.m. So... and that kind of varies. Like, sometimes I'll try to go to bed a little bit earlier and then wake up a little bit earlier, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm working with what I got in my current setup and my current schedule. Hey Zoo, good to see you, girlfriend. How you doing? Glad to have you in here. But yeah, it's been a pretty, like, from the moment that I woke up at like 7:30, I've been nonstop going, and I only was able to kind of catch the tail end of Mike Hatcher's stream, and I just kind of stepped in, made a couple of side comments here and there. I don't even remember what I said, and then I had to like immediately start getting other things prepared for all the projects I'm working on, and I haven't even eaten anything yet. I gotta stuff my face after this. I'm actually realizing I haven't eaten anything, and it's no good. Had my coffee though, which is good. I already drank it. It's all gone. Might brew some more in a while. Who knows? Depending on how I feel. Maybe I'll have a chocolate bar. I don't know. I'm really bad when it comes to eating candy. I don't like sugary drinks, but man, oh man, sugary candy bars, that's my downfall. Let's see, Ratherwood says, oh yeah, I didn't get the notification for the short, I just watched it now. That startup would be popular. Yeah, it's doing really well, which is weird. I don't try to understand the short algorithm anymore because, like, I released some videos a while ago for shorts that I thought would do really well, and nobody gave two shits about them. So I was just like, whatever. I'm not going to try and follow the short popularity trend. So I'll upload shorts when I feel like it. And that's what I did with the most recent one that I put up of the starting up of Yellow on the Game Boy Color. Was I was just like, you know what? I originally recorded that short for Twitter. I wanted to kind of show people that I had rediscovered my Game Boy Color and my Yellow version. And I'm trying to kind of like do more things on Twitter, which is really hard for me. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a social media plugged in kind of boy. I'm really not. I have just always kind of been a person that keeps to myself a lot. And, you know, social media is tough for me. I don't feel like I want to share my thoughts constantly online. I don't always have something that I want to post about, but I'm trying to force myself to do that, you know, just to be more present on social media and utilize it more properly and things like that, because I know it's going to help me kind of get my content out there a little bit better. So that's kind of something I'm trying to train myself to do, and it's tough because I'm just not, it's not normal for me. It's not like there's a lot of people who it's natural for them to just be able to post constantly on social media, and that's not a thing that I'm totally, you know, in tune with, I guess I should say. Like, it's I want to make the effort to do it, but at the same time it's like I'm very self-conscious about that kind of stuff, because like whenever I think I might have something I want to share on Twitter or on Facebook, I'm always thinking to myself like, no, it's stupid, or, you know, people don't care, or that's not really something I want to be sharing with like certain kinds of people. So like I end up getting so self-conscious that I just end up posting nothing at all. So chocolate and coffee, yes, I have a package of Heath bars in my cupboard, and Heath bars go really good with coffee. So originally when I made my first cup of coffee, like a couple of cups of coffee, I was debating whether or not to have a Heath bar, but because I knew that I was immediately going to be working on a new project, I didn't want to be crunching and munching on something while working on that. So I decided not to have a Heath bar with my cup of coffee earlier, but I'll probably have one later. Maybe I'll make some chicken. Maybe make some chicken later. Who knows? I don't know how I'm feeling today. I'm just kind of, like I said, it's literally like my brain is all bleh, because it was literally like, okay, wake up, realize I wake up late, get all my equipment set up because I know I'm about to work on a project, you know, make coffee, jump into the stream, tell everybody I said hi so that people know I still exist, and then like, go. So my brain is just super bleh mode right now. G Gamer, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad to have you in here, Home Slice. Yeah. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm working on so many things, and my brain is not able to move on from that thought process because I'm so excited and thinking about all the things that I'm going to be doing when I move on into those projects. And like I said, recording to do. I definitely have some editing I want to do tonight. Might have to do editing for multiple projects all tonight. Well, I don't know. It's crazy. Coffee and a savory pastry sounds amazing. Well, savory. I don't know. I don't really eat, like, I definitely eat, like, pastries with coffee. Not so much savory, though. I'm a donut guy. I love donuts, and it's kind of a weakness that I have. And I mean, luckily, I don't get fat, so... I just don't. I'm sorry, guys. I know that there's people who get angry when, like, one of my favorite things to do, and it makes people angry, but I still love doing it, is, people are like, how do you stay so thin? And I'm just like, oh, I just choose not to get fat. Like, I don't do it. I don't believe in it. So because I don't believe in it, because I don't believe in getting fat, I just don't do it. And I when I say that, it's a joke. I swear it's a joke. I mean, it's kind of true. Like, I have all these weird bodily issues that prevent me from gaining weight. Yes, medical conditions and things like that. But when I say that, I'm joking. It's a joke, okay? I do understand that there are very specific medical reasons why I can't gain weight. But when I say, like, I'm choosing not to gain weight, like, I just don't get fat, I don't believe in it, it's a joke. I swear it's a joke. I'm not trying to make anybody mad. Twitter's for shitposting. Lettuce. That's why you're banned from everything, bro. Like, as far as you're convinced, everything is for shitposting. That's why nobody lets you on their platforms, bro. Gamer says, if you ever need help with social stuff, let me know and I can help, and will any way I can. I would appreciate that. Contact me later, man. I was thinking, based on some stuff that I'm working on, I might actually be interested in contacting you for a project. So not totally sure yet, but we'll see. That like, you're in the back of my mind, buddy. Trust me, you're in the back of my mind. I haven't forgotten you. So I appreciate the offer. I'll probably take you up on it. And on top of that, I might be interested in inviting you in to some of the other things that I'm working on as well, buddy. So keep in touch. I know you do that, so thank you. Rather would, I know the trick to shorts. Misname and misspell it, have nonsensical content, add an annoying song, hide the dislikes, boom goes the comment section. Okay. I mean, it sounds like you know the secrets of TikTok, is what that sounds like. Lettuce says, maybe don't kill yourself. I'm working on it, buddy. It's a major struggle, but I woke up today. I looked in my schedule book, and my schedule book says #1 goal of tonight is not dying. So check that off the checklist. No death tonight. We're working hard on that one. Hobbs just eats the donut holes. Yes, they're delicious. I love donuts. I'm such a donut fanatic. It's so bad. The other day I ate so many donuts. There's an area, I told you guys a while ago about where I went to a shop and I was standing right in front of the window, and some creepazoid sat down and, let my dog loose. And that made me very, very angry. That was a very stressful day for me. But luckily, Surfer, my pup, is a incredibly intelligent, smart boy, and he knew how to get home. So he ran all the way home, all by his little lonesome, which basically made me realize I'm never going to tie him up at a table outside. Even if I can see him clearly through the window, I'm never going to do that ever again. So I've learned my lesson, and that's something that will never, ever happen. So ever again. But the point of me bringing that up, tied to donuts, was where I left him that day that happened was, normally I take him for a walk in the morning, and I like to stop off at the supermarket, and they have a donut shop right there, and they have like a little glass window which is where I was comfortable with tying him up, was because I can see out the glass window while I'm picking up my donuts. And I like to stop it there at like early in the morning, and where they have like all the fresh hot donuts, and they're fluffy and delicious and fresh. And I'll pick up I still go there, I just don't take my dog there anymore. So I walk my dog around the area still, but I don't stop anywhere and tie him up. So I'll take him for a walk on a particular path, and then I'll take him back home, and then I'll let him back in the house, and then I will go and walk to the area where I buy my donuts, and I will buy my donuts all on my own, and they're hot and delicious and fluffy and wonderful. So the other day I was doing that, and I bought like 5 donuts. Like, it was not good. I bought 5 donuts. Normally I try to buy like 3. 3 donuts, and then I eat them across the day. Like I'll eat like 1 in the morning right when I get home, and then I'll save like the other 2 for later that day. And usually they're not as fresh, but that's okay, you know. But that one that I have right when I bring them home, oh, it's so good. It's so delicious. Zeus says, my favorite savory pastry is a goat cheese and sun-dried tomato stuffed croissant. I love chocolate-filled croissants. Like I said, I'm a sweets man. It's kind of my downfall is I love sugary things, candy bars, sugary pastries. If I didn't have all of the medical conditions that I have that prevent me from gaining weight, I'd probably be a fat ass. I'll be honest with you guys. I'd probably be a fat ass. It would not be good. But, you know, my life is like this. So I stuff my face full of pastries, and that makes me happy. So, such is life. Also has some pesto. That sounds kind of good. Like, I've had, like croissant breakfast sandwiches sometimes. Those are pretty good, where it's like a sausage patty with some like egg and like cheese melted over the top, and then they kind of bake it for a little bit, and it's like a delicious croissant sandwich. So yummy. So yummy. Lettuce says, I can't help it. People think everything is a dick and not a joke and take everything so hard. Yeah, I mean, it's just the times, man. Like, we don't live in the Wild West of the internet anymore, so the internet is a very inclusive space where everybody has to feel comfortable, and I mean, I personally like to think that I here and there challenge that every once in a while, but at the same time, I also watch where I step, and I try to be a little cautious where I can, to the best of my abilities, anyways. Zeus says, that analogy, though. Yeah, it's true. Habs goes nuts for donuts. It's true. I do. I love donuts. It's so bad. So bad. I mean, I can never, like, bring home, like, a half dozen. That's way too many. But I'll buy, like, 5 donuts, and it's too much. It's too much. That donut place, they also make really good bagels. I buy bagels from them too. They're very good. They're so good that I don't even put cream cheese on them. Like, that's how good they are. They do these fresh baked fluffy donuts, and they cover them, like, they have cheddar jalapeno ones. Oh my god, my mouth just started watering when I said that. They do cheddar jalapeno bagels, and they're so good. They're super spicy too. They're super spicy. And they do just regular cheddar bagels. They do Asiago cheese bagels, which are very good. They have spectacular blueberry bagels as well. So good. So good. I love bagels and donuts. So yummy. And I don't even put anything on them. Like, I could put, you know, bagel, like, cream cheese on them and stuff like that, but I don't really do that. Their bagels are so good that there's no reason to have to put cream cheese on them. They're so flavorful and fluffy and tasty, and you know, it's awesome. The only time I put cream cheese on bagels is if they're like regular old packaged store-bought bagels, which I sometimes buy. Sometimes I'll go to the store and I'll buy like a package of name brand bagels that I can like toast in my toaster and then put some cream cheese on them. I like to do like lox cream cheese on them. And either that or like a garden herb cream cheese, which is pretty good. But lox cream cheese is like my favorite. It's my favorite. And that also reminds me that there's, if I go into the downtown area, there's a very fancy bagel shop. And they can be a bit pricey, but I go there once in a while just to treat myself. Like very rarely, like once every 3 or 4 months or something like that. And what I'll do is I will buy their lox and caper bagel. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. So they give you a bagel that's toasted. It's like a lightly toasted bagel, and then they cover it in cream cheese. And then they do like a big old, they give you 2 halves. and they put like a fresh slab of smoked lox on the top, and then they put little capers on it as well, and a little bit of dill. They put some fresh dill on the top. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god. It's expensive though. It's like, I think it's like $7 to get that, but oh man. And I eat it like really slowly so I can enjoy and savor every bite. Oh, it's so good. Amazing, amazing bagels. And they do other things. Like, I've heard they're really popular for bagel breakfast sandwiches as well, but I've never tried them because every time I go there, all I want is a lox caper toasted bagel. That's all I want every time I go there, because it's like, I don't go there very often, and I'm sure they have other good things, but it's like, this is the only time that I can order a lox caper toasted bagel. So that's what I want. And I don't care if it's a small fortune. I want it. So yeah, they're very good, very good. If you like donuts, says Xerox, I recommend the cinnamon sugar donuts our local donut shop makes for our cider festival. Well, if I'm ever wherever you are, Zoo, I will be sure to try it. That does sound pretty good. Like, honestly, like maybe, I wonder what that, I don't know if they make donuts like that at my shop. I'll have to find out, because I don't know all the flavors that they have. I know that they do everything bagels. They do the cheese and the jalapeno bagels, like I mentioned. By the way, another thing that makes those cheddar jalapeno bagels so good is they bake jalapenos into the bagel. So like when you bite into it, you get pieces of jalapeno in the bagel. Like, it's not just coated on the top. The whole bagel is infused with spicy jalapenos. Ugh. It's so good. Oh my god. Maybe in the early morning I will go and pick myself up some bagels. I was just there the other day though. Like, I was there a couple days ago. I try not to like make it a habit that I do every single day. I try to go every few days, you know? Because I don't want that to be habit forming. That would be terrible. Sometimes they serve Nutella with them. Oh god, that sounds so good. That really does sound very, very good. Lettuce says, back in my day, if the mods were asleep. Oh. What are you, from the future, Lettuce? Get out of here. Jalapeno. Oh no, I'm hungry now. You like jalapeno bagels too? Yeah, they're very good. They're very good. I love jalapenos in general. I used to have a jar of jalapenos in my fridge, like a jar of pickled jalapenos. I ate them all. They're all gone. I even bought, like, I bought a jar of pickles that weren't very good. They were okay. Like, I love, like, a good, strong, slightly spicy, sour dill, like, pickle. And I went to the store and I bought some dill pickles from a brand that I haven't tried before. Didn't like them. They weren't, like, sour and spicy. They were more sweet than sour. And I'm not a big fan of sweet pickles. I'm really not. I like my pickles sour. So, but I made it through them and they were okay. But I probably won't buy them again because they were just too sweet for my taste. I like them to be sour and spicy. Real bagels are dense and thick. Oh yeah, like, well, I mean, they can be, but they're fluffy when you bite into them. Like, the ones that I get at the shop that I go to, they're thick, fluffy bagels, and they're very, very good. Like, oof, they're so good, so good. Vishanu Maori Island Cider Festival is my favorite here because the tourists are slowing down. That's cool. That's cool. I've never heard of that island before, but it sounds like a fun place to chill and go to festivals, you know? Plus cider. I just realized that I can finally get the hard cider. Yes! Yeah, there you go. That's right, you told me a while ago that you just turned 21. Congratulations. You can hang out with the cool kids and drink the alcohols. Very fun, little zoo. I'm not much of an alcohol drinker. I feel like I've talked about this before. I like an alcoholic drink every once in a while. I'm more of a beer guy than I am a hard alcohol guy, but I don't drink that often. I mean, I even have a lot of alcohol in the house. I do. When my parents moved away, they were like, here, you now own our entire liquor cabinet. And I'm like, cool, maybe I'll make myself a drink every once in a while. I have literally not touched any of that alcohol since, like, I've gotten it. Like, I have not used it for anything. And there's a lot of alcohol up there. Like, a lot. A lot of different kinds of alcohol. Excuse me. My parents told me that every rare once in a while, they would mix themselves a drink just for funsies. But I know that my parents, they're not very much heavy drinkers. They like to have a drink once in a while. They're more into like a conditional glass of wine every once in a while. But not much in heavy drinks. But every once in a while, my dad would tell me, oh, like, you know, I'm kind of into the idea of maybe having a martini today, or very rarely once in a while. So that's why they kind of had that, was they would, you know, have like a rare martini, or, you know, whatever kind of fancy drink that they feel like they can concoct with the alcohol, the copious amounts of alcohol that they left me, so that I have no purpose for. Who knows? Maybe I'll utilize it someday. But I have a lot of alcohol. There's never a time where I'm like, gee, I sure could really use a drink right now. Like, that's not really a mindset that I really have that often. And usually when I have a drink, like, it'll be a beer, and it'll be somebody who wants to go and have a drink with me. Or, you know, when I used to drink with Cinder, is me and Cinder would do streams together, and he'd be like, I'm having a beer on stream, and you're gonna have a beer with me. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm gonna go and buy a beer and drink with Cinder tonight. So that's kind of like one of the few times that I would really be drinking, like, at all. Like, it's just not a thing that I like doing that often. But once in a while, it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's never felt like a habit-forming thing for me ever. You know, like, I just, like, I can enjoy it, but I've never felt like that I've wanted to go out of my way and do a lot of drinking or anything like that. Let's see. Dill is nice with tuna. It's true. It's true. Dill is good with tuna. It's in Puget Sound, Washington. Okay. Oh, like Washington State. Okay. I have not been to Washington that much. I've hung out in Seattle. I vacationed there for a while with my sissy and my parents and my sissy's friends. My sister. It's so normal for me to call her my sissy. I love my sissy. But anyways, yeah. I've hung out in Seattle. I've gone to a couple other areas, I believe. But Washington's not an area that I've explored a lot. I've just been there a couple times, and it's been a good time every time I've been there. So, with the few times I've been there. So, I would like to go and visit Seattle again. That would be actually genuinely pretty fun to do. Maybe, like, because, I mean, I do have connections in Seattle, if any of them are watching. Hi. Because one of my sister's friends was kind of into my streams and videos for a little while, so I don't know if they still keep up with my streams or videos, but hi if you do. And maybe, you know, if I wanted to go and visit Seattle again, I would probably have an opportunity to go spend time with them, because they were cool people. That was back when I had first started doing my channel, and I was getting into painting, and I was doing artwork in the early days, and painting, and they were really interested in the stuff I was painting, and I was like, oh, well, I just started a YouTube channel, and I post videos of me painting, and they were really interested in it, so there you go. Lettuce, you're such a liar. If you were Pinocchio, your nose would be just abominably large. You're such a liar. Pickle bagels is made with dildo? Yeah, I see what you did there. Stop it. You made me say it. You made me say it. You got me. Ah! Oh, crash test. Oh, I forgot I put that in. Oh, God. Oh, go away. Oh, Siren Head. Good morning. I've been awake since 3 a.m. It's now nearly 8, though. You should feel my pain. Love ya. Love you too, Crash Test. Thank you for the spooky, scary Siren Head. I appreciate you. Thank you. I keep forgetting all the donations I set up. So like they genuinely catch me off guard when they happen because I don't remember them all. I did put a lot of thought into them when I was putting them on the channel, but man, did I forget like what each individual one does. So when people send me money, they surprise me. They do. They really do. Oh, Crash Test, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Zeus says, I'm pretty picky and prefer drinks that I can sip all evening. I'm very similar. I am a coffee sipper. I'm a beer sipper. I drink my beer very slowly. I usually prefer beers with high alcohol content because I like the idea of drinking a beer slowly and that one beer having so much alcohol in it that I don't need to be drinking more afterwards if I don't want to. There is a very popular beer that they make in my area called the NoHo. And the NoHo is like a very high alcohol content beer. It's like, I think it's like 9.7% alcohol by volume, which is pretty high for, it's an IPA. And it's so good. And it's like my favorite beer to get. There's a couple of places in the area that serve it. And it's like a local specialty beer that they make. And if I remember correctly, the original story was that it was a seasonal beer, but it was so popular that they started making it all the time. And now it's like a normal beer that they make all the time at the couple of local breweries that we have in the area that provide it. So great beer. It's like my favorite beer. And like whenever I would go out with friends or my family to the brewery or the bars that serve it, I always would get it. It would be very rare that I wouldn't get myself a NoHo. It's so delicious. And like not only does it have a high alcohol content, it's a very tasty, strong beer. I genuinely enjoy it. It's very good. Lettuce says, I'm straight edge, no drugs, no alcohol. My body is a temple and it is to be treated that way. Really? Really, Lettuce? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Ratherwood says, I have a new bottle of rum I haven't cracked open yet. It's a year plus old. I have a rare bottle of Jameson, like gold standard. And it's like this really expensive, fancy bottle of Jameson that a friend of mine gave to me as a birthday present years and years, like, let's see, back in 2013, I think it was 2014 that they gave it to me. So I've literally held on to this bottle of Jameson unopened, gold standard. I keep telling myself I'm going to open it for some kind of special occasion. It's sitting there. It's sitting there. Someday I'll open it, I'm sure. I'm sure someday that there'll be a really good special kind of reason for me to crack it open. So there you go. Bottle of Jameson sitting there looking pretty. Let's see here. Lettuce says, my girlfriend is a huge old school grunge head. Nice. Nice. Grunge is great. She wants to visit Seattle. I don't have the heart to tell her that Seattle died when Kurt filleted a shotgun to complete tune. Yeah. I mean, it's all right. Seattle's fine. I mean, I would say that it's a great place to visit and vacation in. I'm not particularly fond of the idea of living there. That's not something I'm super keen on. No hate towards the people that I know that live in Seattle. I very much love them, and they're great people, but I personally would not want to live there, so that's just not my thing. Crush just says, I am the master of jump scares. Yes, you are, buddy. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. You are a wonderful addition to my channel. I love you very, very much. Zeus says, my favorite beer is a citrus wheat beer. I forget the name. Okay. I've had a, ooh, my toe got a little weird there. It was cramping up for a second. I was kind of flexing it in a weird way. Like if you guys saw my knee, my knee, and then I was flexing my toes, and then one of my toes cramped up, which was not very comfortable. Which, speaking of cramping, if cramping's happening, I think I need to drink some water. Very good, very good. Love me some good old water. Good old-fashioned water. Yeah, I've had a couple of good citrus wheat beers. They're just a little too light. I like heavy, strong, bitter beers. For any, like, I keep telling people, I love bitter and sour things. I love, like, bitter foods. I love bitter drinks. Sour stuff is great. So, like, I love drinking IPAs because of how bitter they are. That is my absolute total jam. Absolute total jam. I love it. Love it to death. But yeah, I'm an IPA kind of boy. But yeah, I kind of go out of my way to try interesting IPAs. Higher alcohol content usually attracts me more so than anything else about, like, IPAs. So if you have, like, a good solid IPA and it has a really high alcohol content, you can count me in on that. A high IBU, like International Bitter Unit, that's good too. That's fine. But I always kind of look for ABV before anything else. No booze for me, says Crash Chest. Just the three Eins, caffeine, nicotine, and morphine. Oh, careful there, good friend. Love you to death. Be careful. Be smart with your choices, okay? I mean, I have this weird relationship with caffeine. It's almost similar to my relationship with nicotine as well, to be honest. Both caffeine and nicotine, it's not like I go out of my way to consume them because of caffeine or because of nicotine. It's caffeine and nicotine are byproducts of something that I genuinely enjoy. So, like, for example, I enjoy drinking coffee. It's bitter, you know, and I love that. I love the fact that it's bitter, it's got great flavor, I love the intensity of it, I love the smell of it, I love the process of drinking it, the ritual that I go through to make my coffee. I just love coffee. Now, getting caffeine from it is kind of like a byproduct of that fact. Like, I would never say that I'm addicted to caffeine. I don't feel like I'm addicted to caffeine. I don't like energy drinks. I don't like caffeinated sodas. I sometimes drink tea, but that's very rare. But I am dedicated to coffee because I love drinking coffee. I love it. I love the taste. I love the smell. I love the process of drinking it. I love the process of making it. That's what I'm all about. So caffeine is just like this side thing that I get from it. And I would, like, obviously, yes, I'm getting energy from the caffeine. That's just how it works. That's just how that functions in that way. And yeah, there's probably some particular form of addiction related to that, but it's just only coffee. Like, it's not like I'm trying to get a caffeine fix in any kind of way that I can. It's, I want my coffee, and I only want my coffee. I don't want your disgusting energy drinks. I don't want your, you know, gross caffeinated sodas. You know, I just want my coffee. That's all I want. And I feel the same way about nicotine. Okay? And this is a little tough because I quit smoking. I quit smoking. I quit smoking tobacco products, which makes it really tough on me because this is going to sound weird. I know it's going to sound weird, but if you understand that I love bitter things, it'll make more sense. I legitimately think that tobacco tastes good, okay? Which is not good. That's not a good thing. I have a history of smoking cigars. I've definitely used to roll my own cigarettes. You know, like I used to go out and I used to buy a particular brand of tobacco that I liked because I thought it had a delicious flavor to it. There was a rolling tobacco I used to buy called Bali Shag, and it's just flavorful. I loved how it tasted. Like it was like this kind of bitter, savory tasting tobacco when you would smoke it. And I loved that. And I love cigars because of how they taste. I genuinely, like, loved the taste of smoking a cigar. I still to this day do. Like, honestly, like, if somebody said, like, hey, do you want to, like, come back to my place and, like, we can have a drink and, like, smoke some, like, really nice, like, cigars, I'd be like, hell yeah, man! I have not smoked a cigar in a very long time. And it's not necessarily, like, yes, I quit. I did. I quit. But, like, my quitting of smoking cigars is more so because I just don't have access to them in the same way that I used to. A long time ago, I used to have a friend who was very into smoking cigars, and he would actually go out of his way to purchase very nice, high-quality cigars. And, like, he found out that I really liked cigars, and we were pretty good friends already, and we used to work together. And he'd be like, hey, dude, like, why don't you come by my place? We'll sit on my porch. We'll have a drink and smoke cigars. Like, I buy really nice cigars, and I don't have a cigar smoking buddy, so would you like to be my cigar smoking buddy? And I was like, yes, I would love that. And that was when I was during my peak of smoking tobacco as well, so... and I do kind of miss it. There have been definitely a few times where it's like, I don't want to start smoking tobacco again, you know, like rolling cigarettes and stuff like that, but I really just want to smoke a cigar, like just once in a while on a blue moon, on a rare night where I'm really like wanting to feel that feeling and enjoy the flavor of a cigar. I do miss it and sometimes wish that I could have access to it. So, you know, who knows, maybe I'll be a little cautious in the future and try smoking a good cigar again, just for funsies. Maybe I'll try and like have it so that if I have a good friend who comes over and is into cigar smoking and wants to do that, then maybe that's something I'll do again on a rare condition. But right now, I've been clean from smoking tobacco products for quite some time now, and I haven't fallen backwards again, and don't really care about the idea of trying to get back into that. But like I said, it was very similar in that it wasn't that I was necessarily addicted to the nicotine. It was I genuinely enjoyed the taste of the tobacco that I was smoking. And because it's a flavor thing for me. That's legit. I know it sounds weird, because like there's like, why would you want to smoke cigarettes? They're disgusting. And it's like, well, there are certain kinds of tobaccos that taste great if that's what you're into, like me. Like, you know? And as a person who's really into, you know, bitter flavors, tobacco is a bitter flavored herb. So, like, yeah, of course I'm kind of into that stuff, you know? So, that's kind of the history of that a little bit. Let's see here. I kind of fell behind. I'm sorry, guys. I just got really wrapped up in talking about coffee and tobacco there. Let's see. Lettuce says, I don't drink alcohol unless I can legally have intimate moments with it in Thailand. I could... Stop it, Lettuce. Stop it, man. Come on, man. Zeus says, don't drive in Seattle. They are potentially placing a toll on all the roads. Plus, it just sucks to drive there. I don't like driving. I don't know if I've ever talked about that before. I don't drive, guys. I actually have a phobia of cars. I do. I've had it since I was a small child. When I was very, very small, I used to have reoccurring nightmares about dying in car crashes. And that kind of traumatized me for the rest of my life to not want to drive. Now, I know how to drive, and at one point I did actually have my license, but I let it kind of expire and never bothered to roll it over. I just don't care. I don't drive. I don't like driving, so I just choose not to, and I do just fine. I really do. I do just fine. Also, the idea of having a car is like the idea of having a second apartment. Like, I can't afford a second apartment, so I really don't want to have a second apartment. Therefore, I don't want a car. Like, I have a phobia of driving, and I don't want to pay for owning a car, so therefore I don't do it. The toll is intended to reduce traffic, but it's just going to piss people off because they will have to pay to go to work. Yeah, I mean, the area that I live in, like, the community, we have, like, free transportation service. And it's a combination of serving the tourists that we get very frequently in our area, but also it's part of trying to reduce pollution and things like that. And it's nice. The free transportation service we have is very nice. And there are people who are very nice who pay and because they have like a donation box where it's like you don't have to donate, but if you so choose to, it's greatly appreciated. And that's really nice that they do that. And I've seen people when I ride the free transportation who are more than happy to donate to it. And it's very cool that they do that. So I use the bus a lot. I also walk a lot and, you know, have other means of transportation. So I don't worry about driving a car or anything like that. Rutherwood says to Zoo, they did that in Toronto. It's like $100 just because you live and drive somewhere. Yeah, that sounds pretty not okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it's like they're aiming it at a good cause, but at the same time, it sounds like it's really inconvenient. So I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. Have to make $15 an hour because the commute costs you $10. Yeah, ugh, gross. Lettuce used to smoke cloves. I've never smoked cloves. I don't really know what... I feel like maybe at one point I might have tried it. I can't think of anything... Like, I can't think of anything significant where I smoke cloves. So, I probably have and just don't really recall it. Like, it didn't feel like it was that significant of a thing for me. Hoop it lettuce, says Ratherwood. Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. Cigarettes taste like crap to me. Cigars were a little better. Yeah, well, like, when I was smoking hand-rolled cigarettes, like, I didn't like smoking, like, your stereotypical cigarettes, like Marlboro or, you know, Camel or American Spirit or anything like that. Like, I wasn't into that stuff. I went out of my way. I only smoked Bali Shag. That was what I smoked. I loved it. It was my favorite. It was the only kind of tobacco I liked. I thought it tasted amazing, and I loved rolling with it. And I would go out and I would buy my 1 1/4s, my orange boxes, and I would go out and I'd buy a bag of Bali Shag, and that Bali Shag would usually last me like a whole month because I wasn't a chain smoker. I usually would have like 1 cigarette a day. Like legitimately, and it was just to enjoy it, like legitimately. So I would pull out my bag of Bali Shag, I'd take a little bit out, I'd sprinkle it on my 1 1/4 and roll that puppy up and smoke it, and that was nice. I loved it. I enjoyed it. So don't really do that anymore. Not really looking to get back into that. I'm pretty sure the area still sells Bali Shag, but like I'm good. I think I'm done with that. So but it was tasty. It genuinely was a tasty experience, which is why I did it. But I wouldn't mind getting back into cigars again once in a while. It's not on my schedule. I have really important things that I have to be doing with my money right now because money's tight, and I need to be utilizing it like, you know, I have to be able to pay my bills, and all the rest of my money goes to either food or working on the channel. That's it. That's literally all I do with my money is bills, food, channel. So those are my priorities. So I don't really have the ability to be senselessly spending my money on cigars and things like that. Maybe in the future, but that's not my reality right now. Beer and stogie party at Hobbs. Hell yeah, bro. I'd be down. I'd be kind of down for that. I mean, they kind of have pretty strict rules in my area about smoking. So, you know, maybe not necessarily smoking cigars at my place would be the best idea. But, I don't know. Maybe someday in the future in a nicer place or at somebody else's nicer place, that could be something I would maybe be interested in doing. Zeus says I'm allergic to weed, smoke, and some products found in drugs. I don't feel like it's worth risking it to end up literally not breathing. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, like, I will never encourage anybody to start smoking or, you know, partaking in drugs, especially, like, I'm not going to advocate for it in general. But it's definitely an especially kind of situation if you have health problems that put you at risk for doing things like that. So, you know, not advocating drug usage or tobacco usage or anything of that sort. Especially not advocating for it if you have health problems that make it tough for you to do that. And the thing is like, it's good that I quit smoking. I actually have a lung condition that was really bad when I was smoking tobacco like every day for the period of time that I was doing it for. So I'm actually glad that I quit. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I feel like that it wouldn't be too bad if I had like a cigar like once every few months. I don't think that would be a problem. But with that being said, picking up smoking on a regular basis for me is a big no-no. It's a big no-no. No-no for me because of my lungs. So, lettuce says cloves were a flavor thing for me. Okay. I never really picked it up. I think I have smoked cloves before, but that was not really something that I was looking to pick up regularly. Raywood says, my car phobia is how much of a money sink it is. Yeah, they're like I said, it's like owning another apartment. Like, I can only just afford the apartment I live in. You know, like, I'm not looking to acquire a second apartment. Like, that's not what my jam. That's not what I'm all about right now. My funds are very tight. I'm trying to be as smart with my money as I possibly can. And everything, like, if it's not bills and it's not food and it's not the channel, then it's not relevant. You know what I mean? So, you have free bus, bro. No wonder you use it. Yeah, like, it's great. I love the bus. And, like, I mean, it's not used super frequently, so it's not like you have tons and tons of people coming in and off the bus. It's usually pretty relaxed. You know, usually it's just nice. Like, I really like it. It's free transportation, and you don't have tons of people riding it constantly. Like, yeah, there are some times of the day where it's more popular to use it than others. And then, you know, holidays and stuff like that. Holidays, the bus gets used a lot. So, you know, if you're riding around for free transportation on a holiday, it might be a little difficult, but, you know, other than that, it's great. I love it. I love the free transportation here. Zeus says, I love this one bus driver. He was really sweet and always made sure that I was safe. Well, that's really nice, you know? The bus drivers are very kind. There were some that I would get into conversations with pretty frequently, and, you know, like, it's really nice because the bus actually drives around my area. And a lot of the time when I'm, like, out and about, walking around my neighborhood or whatever, the bus will drive by, and it's very common for, like, me to see one of the bus drivers that I know or used to talk with a lot, and they'll wave at me. You know, they'll wave while they're going by, and I'll wave back and be like, hey, what's up? So, this is a nice area that I live in. It's kind of the area I live in is kind of a tourist trap. So it's I basically live right next to a resort, and, so we get a lot of tourists in here, and it's kind of like a small area, and everybody is kind of on a first name basis with everybody else. Small town, everybody knows everybody, and, we get a lot of tourists, and so people are very kind. They look out for one another. So yeah, like, for example, when that whole situation with my pup, getting let loose by that creepazoid, everybody was really helpful that I ran into. Like, I literally had 2 different people come up to me right when the event happened, and both of them were like, we saw what happened. Like, we saw the guy let your dog go. We feel terrible. Can we help you find your dog? And I was like, absolutely, I greatly appreciate it. So I had like 2 different people going around helping me try to find my dog. The police were very nice. Like, the police kind of stopped by. They're like, we just want to make sure you're not in any danger. Like, what's going on? I told them the whole situation. And they were the police around here are very nice. You know, not every single policeman is perfect, but I would say the majority of the police, especially because it's a small town, the majority of the police are very kind here. They're very good people that just genuinely want to help people out. So, you know, the police that I ran into while I was looking for my dog were very kind, very helpful. They wanted to kind of help look for the dog, and just help me out, which was really nice. But my pup surfer, he's all good. He's all good now. He made his way home all by his little lonesome, and you know, but I was really appreciative to have everybody helping me search around for my pup. So that was really nice. But yeah, it's a small town, and people are good here, you know, for the most part. Like I said, like, you know, you run into a creepazoid every once in a while, like I did that one day. There are some creepazoids every once in a while, and you do have to be careful, but the majority of the people here are very kind and want to help each other out, which is very nice. It's a nice little community. Let's see, Bollyshag, lol, what? Yeah, Bollyshag. It wasn't spelt like that, but yeah, it's a packaged tobacco. It comes in a purple pouch, and it's very good. I mean, well, once again, I'm not advocating people to pick up smoking or anything like that, but if you happen to be a tobacco consumer already, and you're looking to try an interesting and tasty tobacco, and you don't mind rolling your own cigarettes, try Bollyshag, I guess. You know, it's good. Once again, I do not advocate picking up tobacco smoking, but if you're already doing it and you feel like you want to try something different that you haven't tried before, try Bollyshag. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I don't do it anymore, and I don't encourage people to pick it up, so that's my stance. Staying up all night was worth it just to hear Bollyshag. It's a brand, like it's a brand that I used to enjoy. It was pretty much the only brand of tobacco I smoked, and it was picked up I picked it up through my friend circle, because they were the ones that got me started smoking tobacco in the first place, and they started me off with Bollyshag, and that was kind of the only thing. I tried other stuff, like for example, like I tried picking up American Spirit for a while. Didn't like it. It was just not my thing. It didn't taste very good. And I mean, I was definitely not interested in trying any of the normal name brand cigarettes. So I was like, forget it. I'm just going to stick to Bollyshag, and that's it. And I quit, and I'm happy that I quit. And I'm not going to encourage anybody to start, because it's not a good habit to start. So don't do it. Don't smoke tobacco if you can avoid it, okay? And if you're looking to quit, I give you all the encouragement in the world to stop smoking cigarettes. It was stupid of me to even start in the first place, and I'm very appreciative that I stopped. And you should, if you currently smoke and are looking to stop, use this as a call to stop smoking cigarettes, okay? It's not good for you. Smoke them quietly, says Ratherwood. Okay, there you go. 37.5 in a row. Yep. Are you talking about the episode title? Yeah, the Lost episode. Good to see you, by the way, James B. I did see you there, buddy. Good to have you in here. Yeah, this is the Lost episode. Like I said, in the actual episode 37, I accidentally doxed myself, so that's gone forever. But we're recreating it here, talking about some different subjects, obviously. Oh wow, an hour has already gone by. Woof. It feels like it's been seconds, literally seconds. I'm just in a good mood. Working on a lot of stuff, as you guys can tell. God, I'm so excited for the new project that I'm doing. It looks like a heap of fun, and I'm very excited to get into it and make it a big thing. So yeah. I'm hopefully going to try to work and get it finished tonight, maybe. Maybe I'll release it tonight. Not totally sure yet. We'll see. Very excited. Clerks reference always good. There you go. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that 37.5 is a Clerks reference. I just named the episode that because the first one, the original episode, was episode 37. And that didn't work because I doxed myself. And then I was like, okay, 37.5 it is. So yeah, there you go, 37.5. Apparently it's a Clerks reference today. And the thing is I've seen both Clerks movies, so like, I feel like I should know that, like, you know? Crash Test says, start smoking, save the planet. Smoking requires plants, which reduce the CO2 in the atmosphere, good for planet. Smoking provides countless jobs and billions in taxes to pay for the world's infrastructure. That's a hot take, but okay. It's okay, Crash Test. You do you, bro. You do you. It's all good. Okay. Once again, I don't advocate smoking. Don't do it. Oh, man. Smoking also reduces life expectancy and reduces population. Good for everyone. Okay, all right, if you say so. I mean, you're not really that much wrong, I guess. I mean, you know, we do have an overpopulation problem on the planet, I think, so I kind of get it. Zeus says, "Oh, Hobbs, if you get bored again, I finished, besides details, a few shops plus my wool farm in Minecraft." Very cool. Very cool. Did you see the stuff I left for you at the portal? Did you see it, Zoo? I left that for you. I toured around your base because I wanted to check it out. I was really bored one night and I didn't want to do anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go tour around Zoo's place and check it out. So that's what I did. And it was cool. I loved all the stuff you built. Your building is so much better than mine. Like, my ability to build just seems kind of pathetic at this point compared to your quality of stuff. And I feel ridiculous because you come over to my base and you're like, oh, it's so amazing. And then, like, I come over to your place. I'm like, yeah, my stuff's amazing. I build amazing stuff. And then I come over to your base and your base just, like, shits all over mine because it looks so great. Your base looks so amazing, and, like, my base does not hold a candle to all the amazing things you've built in your area. I'm so jelly. So, yeah, Zoo, your base is awesome. I love it. I loved hanging out and visiting it. So, yeah, that was a good time for me. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say, I'm actually taking a short break, from that server right now, Zoo. For a couple different reasons. So, first of all, I'm taking a break from that server because I am right now going back to another server that I used to play in the past. And I just wanted to change it up because the other server is very, very different from the server that you and I are playing in, Zoo. So I'm playing in that just to kind of have a change of scenery. I'm playing with the Magic Historian in his friend's server, and I just, wanted to go in there and build some stuff. I want to build a proper base because all I've built in that server is a little wood shed, and it's really sad. So I'm going to attempt making a larger base in that server. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me. I've only just barely started working on the plan of the big base I'm going to build in there. And then depending on how long that takes me, I might build a few other things. But my intention is to play in that server for a while until 1.17 drops. And then once 1.17 drops, and once Vlad gets the server up to date with 1.17, I will be making a full comeback into that server again, because the other server that I'm playing in with Magic Historian, it's not a server that keeps up to date with new things. So it's very old, and it has like very specific mods that run on it for its older version. So that's kind of like what I'm playing in. But I want to come back once 1.17 drops and the Vlad server gets updated for 1.17, I will be coming back from Magic Historian server and going back into Vlad's server and playing all the stuff in 1.17. So I might do a series for it, might play it on my own, not totally sure. Not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing, so we'll see. We'll definitely see. But until 1.17 drops and Vlad updates the server for 1.17, I'll probably be playing in Magic Historian server for a while, just to kind of hang out, build a base, have a presence in there, go visit my good buddy, Mr. Magic Historian, because I miss playing with Mike. He's a good friend of mine, and I miss playing Minecraft with him, so I wanted to go back, hang out with my good buddy Mike, build a proper base, and just kind of hang out with him for a little bit. So yeah. Oh, you were in Perp's friends server again? Yeah, I am. Just kind of hanging out. I don't think I'm gonna record anything in my catcher's server. But when I come back to Vlad's server for 1.17, there's a strong likelihood that I might actually record some videos or some streams or something. for playing in 1.17 on Vlad's server. Zoo says, I just hope that you have a lot of fun. That is what Minecraft is for. Exactly. Thank you, Zoo. I appreciate you. You're awesome. You're a very fun lady to hang out with. I really appreciate you, and playing and building alongside of you in Vlad's server is absolutely a wonderful time for me. You're very cool. So thank you for that. Zoo also says, I may have taken your beds everywhere idea and made beautiful hammocks. Yeah, beds everywhere. Seriously, it's a big deal. Like, my thing is, when I build in any particular area in Minecraft, my rule is I always have to have a bed and a crafting bench a short distance away from me. Because convenience. It's all about being convenient. That's what it's all about. So, my favorite thing is to use beds to be benches. So, like, I'll lay down a bed, and then I'll get trap doors, and I'll surround the two sides of the bed with trap doors flipped up, and then on one side of it, two trap doors flipped up. And that way it looks like a bench. And then I'll usually sit it in front of a crafting table, and then I'll put, like, trap doors on each side of the crafting table just to make it look kind of fancy. And then usually I put, like, a lantern on top of the crafting table, or I'll do, like, a hanging light post lantern as well for over the area. So it's just really nice to always have a bed and a crafting table readily available short distance, because the most annoying thing ever is running an incredibly long distance to get to a bed or to get to a crafting table. It's super obnoxious. And, like, for me personally, like, I detail a lot. So, like, sometimes what will happen is I'll be walking around and I'll see an area in my base where I'm like, I wish this looked better. Like, I want to add some stuff. So, like, I'll suddenly want to have access to a bed and a crafting table, right? Even though I've already built that area up, it doesn't look exactly like how I want it to. So I'll be like, okay, I want to build in this area right now and detail it. So I'll want a crafting bench and a bed readily available right there in front of my face, so that way I don't have to run a stupid long distance to get to what I need to get to. Vlad wanted a almost Greek/fairy vibe. I think that I nailed the aesthetic of it. Your base reminds me of, like a tropical islander kind of area with, like, little cottages and it makes me think of, like, Ireland a little bit, you know, where it's like the ocean is on all sides. It's very island-like, but you have the big cozy cottages, and, like, you know, it's kind of touristy just a little bit, and it looks really nice. And I love it. I love your base. It's definitely a cool place to visit and have a good time in, for sure. I really hope the spawn works for the gazebo and courtyard. They're stunning. By the way, Zoo, that lighthouse is insane. The lighthouse you built? Like, yeah, my tower puts your lighthouse to shame based on size, but the lighthouse you built is so beautiful. It's so much better looking than my bullshit tower that I've built up into the skies. Like, it looks so cool. Like, I'm legit jelly. I'm jelly. I'm all jellified. I'm all gelatinous. Oh, and my road design was a mix of wisteria and Vienna canals. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty neat. I don't remember if I really paid attention to the roads. I was just more in awe over the cottages and the lighthouse and the barn you built and stuff like that. That was really cool. I did kind of think, though, that like, the barn is cool, but have you ever thought about building a cow crusher? You might want to think about building a cow crusher. It might be a little more convenient for you than having a huge barn full of cows. Like, now that you've built the barn, might as well put all the cows and sheep in it, sure, but you might like a cow crusher or a sheep crusher. That might make your life a little bit, a wee bit nicer. Your tower has beautiful crystals. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. I did really like adding those crystals. That was a lot of fun. It's supposed to be kind of like a magical fantasy vibe. And if you go down below water, the tower continues on into the water and hits the ground below, under the water, and there's a broken crystal hidden inside the tower, which is kind of cool, at the bottom of the ocean floor, which is really fun. But not mine. You have the space for a cow crusher now. Well, there you go. They're just really convenient. Like, because sometimes it's a pain in the butt to, like, chase cows around, you know, in, like, a little pen or whatever. But having a cow crusher, all you have to do is just feed the cows, and then they just die, and then you can collect their meat and leather and stuff like that. So, I now have, like, a much more convenient way of acquiring leather. So, now that I know that, you know, ever since I found out that zombies can be, their flesh, based on the mod in the mod pack that we're playing in, you can turn zombie flesh into leather. And that is so crazy useful. So, like, my zombie farm, makes me leather, which is so useful. Like, I never have to worry about leather anymore. So, originally my only source for leather, before I realized that the zombie flesh could be turned into leather based on the mod pack, I used to only be able to get leather through killing cows through the cow crusher. But now my cow crusher is just food. It's just for food, getting lots of beef, and I have the sheep crusher as well, which is just for mutton now, because I have so much wool. I have so much wool that I don't even know what to do with it. It's ridiculous. But yeah. So, speaking of games, because I kind of wanted to move away from Minecraft. I do love Minecraft, but I wanted to talk about playing more horror games. So I am trying to find more interesting horror games. And yeah, I've been looking around for some interesting things. I found some games, some free ones that look really good. I've put on my list a few that are, you know, where I have to pay for them, but they're not terrible in price. And I'm really excited to play more horror games. I'm in a horror game mood. I'm like going in between wanting to play tons of Pokemon and wanting to play tons of horror games. Oh, excuse me. So I've been kind of like trying to swap between them, because like I've just been getting that horror itch, you know, like I really want to play all the horror games, and I really want to also play all the Pokemon games, because I also have the Pokemon itch going on. So what I wanted to bring up about that is, if you guys have like recommendations for good horror games that I should play, let me know. Like, seriously, let me know. Like, contact me in Discord, like, send me information about horror games I should play. I do have some horror games that I have some, like, staple horror games that I should play on the channel that I haven't done yet. For example, I own the entire Amnesia library. So, like, I have all the Amnesia games, which I haven't played on the channel yet. I have all the Penumbra games as well. So I don't know. I know a little bit about Amnesia. I don't know anything about Penumbra. So I have all those games. So I have the entire collection of everything that game studio has ever made, because they're amazing. And I also have Outlast 1 and 2. And I don't know if I want to play Outlast 2 on the channel, but I do at some point want to play the first Outlast game. I have that on my channel, so that is something that is readily available to me when I so choose to do it. But I feel like I need to be in a particular mood for it, and I don't know if I want to stream it or if I want to record video footage of Outlast. So I'm not sure yet. I love horror. I just don't think that throwing my computer is part of the game. Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Sometimes you can get so scared that there was when I was playing Somnophobia, there was actually a scare in that game that scared me so bad that I threw my phone off of my lap because it terrified me that much. So that Somnophobia game was so scary. That was such a scary game. I couldn't believe how terrifying that game was. So here's to hoping that they finish it and I can play the full release of it, because I would love to try and play it again. That was crazy. But I do have to be careful, because sometimes if I get really, really scared, I have to worry about tossing my phone across the room or something when I get really terrified. Crash Test says, I do want to do real true horror. We should do like a Discord RPG for Cult. It's an insane RPG, but it's not PC based. PM me on Discord and send me a link if you can. I might be interested in doing that. I do want to return to playing multiplayer horror games, because I love playing Phasmophobia. The only reason why I haven't been playing Phasmophobia is because me and Cinder Shadow can't really, our schedules don't line up at all anymore, which really sucks, because I loved playing games with Cinder Shadow. He's basically been my favorite person, like, ever to play multiplayer games with, so I really miss playing multiplayer Phasmophobia with Cinder Shadow. I don't know if we're ever going to have a chance to play multiplayer games together in the future. Our schedules just don't line up anymore, which really sucks. But we'll see. Maybe I will try. I mean, I wouldn't mind Crash Test. When you and me have played games together, we've had a great time. So I wouldn't mind if you and me wanted to organize playing some multiplayer games together. So PM me on Discord. We could talk about it and figure something out. That could be really fun. And if you have suggestions for games, especially horror games that you think I should try playing, let me know about those as well. Crash Test says, the rule my playgroup used to use was we keep going until someone passes out or vomits. Is the game that intense? Like, are you for real? Is this game that you're talking about so intense that it makes people pass out and vomit? Like, that seems like a bit much. Like, for example, like, one of the things that I can think of that is genuinely, it seems like a horror experience that is so intense and terrifying that you would literally have to, like, take, remove yourself from the game and, like, lay down and take a nap because the game is so scary. Is the one game that I can think of is the Five Nights at Freddy's virtual reality game, Help Wanted. Now, I've never played... I don't play virtual reality games. I don't have a virtual reality headset or anything like that. Maybe someday, but I don't... That's not a reality for me. But when I have watched people play the Five Nights at Freddy's virtual reality experience, Help Wanted game, they seem so absolutely terrified to their core that a few of the, like, because I've watched multiple Let's Plays of that game, and I have literally watched almost every one of those Let's Players have a moment where they have to take off the headset, and they're like, okay, I'm going to take off this headset, I'm going to step away from the game, this is the end of the video, I'm going to go lay down and take a nap. Like, I need to go and get away from this game and sleep off the genuine terror that I feel right now. So that's one of the, because, like, it's, when you're playing a virtual reality game, especially if it's like a horror experience, like, you are there, like, you are in it, like, and that seems legitimately to the core terrifying. Like, that's like a full body horror experience, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe someday that would be really fun to kind of jump into myself. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm trying to think of, like, I mean, I always think of, like, Soma as being, like, Soma was really, like, I love that game, by the way. I actually have a plan to play that game again and do a remastering of it, because for anybody who doesn't know, Soma was the very first game I ever played on my channel. I think it was the very first game I ever played on my channel, and it was a horror game, and it was like the first time I had ever learned how to stream gameplay. So the Soma playthrough is just, it's a travesty. It's terrible. So now that I have more experience in streaming games and things like that, and I also have a higher quality computer that can, play a game in higher quality for you guys. I kind of want to go back and replay Soma again and stream it in a higher quality fashion. And especially because Soma is one of my favorite, I would say it's one of my favorite games of all time. Like, it's probably one of my favorite horror games of all time, easily, hands down. But in general, it's like one of my favorite games of all time, and it's really scary in a special kind of way, because it's a very psychologically horrifying experience, because it's the real horror of Soma is all about like the extinction of humanity. And, like, the process of the extinction of humanity, and, like, how, like, sad and dour that is. And it's horrifying on a level of, like, yes, there are scary experiences where there's, like, monsters and things like that, like, will terrify you, sure. But the real true horror of that game is it disturbs you as a human being. It's a game that reminds you about the fragileness of human existence, and that makes it this very unique horror experience, because you realize, like, when you go through Soma and you understand what it's all about and how sad everything is in that game, it horrifies you as a human being living your life and knowing that, human existence will one day end, And that's what makes Soma such a good game. Like, I love Soma. It tells probably one of the deepest and most interesting and tragic horror stories I've ever seen in my entire life. I love it. Like, if Soma... if the plot of Soma was taken from being a game and turned into a book, I would read that book, like, easily. It would probably end up being one of my favorite books of all time, honestly. But I love it as a game experience, because from beginning to the very end, it is a really incredibly well thought out story that's very sad and horrifying. Like, I love Soma. Love that game. That's why I want to play it again. I love it. Let's see. Zeus says I'm a sucker for Silent Hill and PT. Oh, oof. PT. Wow. I've actually wanted to play like a PT clone. There's a couple of PT clones that look really good, and I would love to kind of like play them. I played the old PT demo way back in the day, way before my channel was a thing. And that was an interesting experience. And Silent Hill's good too. I was a big fan of Silent Hill The Room, and I was a very big fan of the first Silent Hill game, for sure. I love Pyramid Head, despite the fact that he was the scariest thing in all of existence. But Silent Hill is very cool. By the way, I actually have a donation, a jump scare donation that is a direct reference to Silent Hill. So that's just proof positive that I'm a Silent Hill fan. Aside from Little Nightmares, I absolutely adore that game. Actually, one of the first that I got to play. That's pretty cool. I've never played the first Little Nightmares game. I don't really know very much about it. I played Little Nightmares 2 and had an awful experience with it, but the awful experience was because I played it on keyboard and I don't have a controller to play with it. I recognize that if I played Little Nightmares 2 with a game controller, it would probably be a much better experience. But playing that game on keyboard is very, very obnoxiously difficult. So I gave up on it because I was so frustrated by how difficult it was to play the game on a keyboard. So there you go. I've definitely thought about trying to purchase a game controller for my computer, specifically to try to play games like, you know, Little Nightmares 2 or something like that. But until I can do that, that's not exactly an option for me at the moment. So maybe someday. I don't get to play a lot. I don't have any console to play on. Play on a computer, Sue. Steam! Steam, girlfriend! Steam! Steam is like the greatest thing to ever happen to computer gaming. I swear to God. I was a console kitty until I started playing games on Steam on my computer. Now I can never go back to consoles. Like, I feel like the only console that I would maybe think about wanting to go back and play is maybe like a Switch. Like, if I had access to a Nintendo Switch, then maybe I would go back to being a console gamer. But I'm not interested in any of the new PlayStation stuff. Definitely not interested in the new Xbox stuff. It's like, why bother? I'll just play on my computer. Thank you very much. Like, that's fine. And I don't care about the exclusives. I don't care. I'll just play what's available to me on my computer, and whatever's available to me on my computer is probably a much wider selection and much more diverse selection than anything that could be presented to me on a PlayStation or an Xbox. So I am a computer gaming boy through and through, hands down, from now on. Switch is the only thing that I would probably bend on, because it's a unique system that seems really well designed by Nintendo. It seems completely different and unique compared to all the other game systems. And also, it's got Nintendo games on it, which are great. And Nintendo has a particular level of polish to all their games that is just genuinely charming and makes it vastly different from anything than any other gaming company could really do. So, there you go. Not for Broadcast Episode 2 was released. I need to play that. I have the Not for Broadcast games that you sent me, which I greatly appreciate, Lettuce. I'm just very wary to play it on the channel. So, because it seems like they have copyright issues, like claim issues and things like that, as well as I did notice that there is nudity in the game. So that is something that I would be particularly wary of, specifically. The claiming process that the game would probably create, as well as the nudity, is a little bit worrisome. So I probably wouldn't play it on the channel, but I might... Maybe someday I'll record footage, and then I can edit it so that I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But it's not something I'd be able to stream. Zeus says, I had the chance to play a zombie game in virtual reality. I tried to kick them rather than stab. Wasn't it that, I think The Walking Dead did if I remember correctly, The Walking Dead released a virtual reality zombie horror experience that was actually critically acclaimed. It was like considered to be a really good, well-designed game. So I think if that's what you're talking about, I did hear a lot of very, very good things about that game very specifically. Let's see here. Sent you some links. I did notice. I did get a notification that you sent me some stuff on Discord, so thank you so much, Crash Test. I appreciate that. Let's see. The only problem I have with a lot of horror films / games, I don't really get scared by them. Even the jumpy ones, I just expect it more than anything. I don't know. I'm very prone to being scared, but that's why I love it. Like, I love being scared, and that's why I love playing scary games and watching scary movies, is because I love being scared. And I have a genuine reaction. Like, I mean, I'm never faking it, I promise you guys. I don't know if you couldn't tell when I'm playing stuff like Somnophobia and I literally jump 5 feet off of my couch, but that is 100% genuine. I legitimately get scared when I play stuff like that. So, and when you guys donate and jump scare me, that shit's scary, yo. Like, I ain't no faker, man. That shit is scary, dude. I think I did a little bit too good on picking the jump scares for my donations, because they're scary, man. Let's see here. Zeus says, guess I should use Steam. Still get a little antsy with paying for things on my computer. I felt the same way when I first started, Zoo, but Steam is very safe. And they have like really good policies set up for like return policies and things like that. I've never had to return a game, but it's nice to know that they have really good return policies. I wouldn't be too nervous about it. I mean, you know, like, I used to be a person who was very nervous about signing up for online pay-based accounts, but it's worth it. Like, it's legitimately really worth it. Like, I couldn't recommend it enough, and they're pretty safe. They're pretty smart. They're not like, you know, like, there have been issues with companies like Bethesda and stuff like that where they leak, you know, personal information, credit card information, which is super not okay. Steam, as far as I'm aware of, has never had a problem like that. Like, they don't dox their customers. They don't, like, even by accident, they've never done anything like that as far as I'm aware. They're pretty safe with all information that they obtain. As far as I'm aware, they don't really sell your information to, like, companies or anything like that. So I love Steam. I really do. And I mean, when I first got Steam, when I first started, I got it so that I could buy one game, and then all I wanted to do was download free stuff. And then over time, I just kind of got more comfortable with it and was more comfortable with buying. They do great sales. They do amazing package deals and things like that. Like, it's really nice. It's really, really nice. And plus, we're in, like, the digital age of gaming, so it's like, you know, you can't really expect to acquire physical games much at all anymore, so it's best to just jump on the train with a really good company like Steam. And I mean, you know, you can look into other, you know, other applications for gaming, but I would say Steam is the best and most diverse. Like, they easily, hands down, have the largest library of games. And there's tons and tons of free games that never require you to pay a cent. And they don't even, like, even when you're downloading the free games you can get on Steam, they don't ask you for your purchase information, like your card information or anything. They just automatically let you download it right there on the spot. So, and if you like horror games, there's a lot of very, very good free horror games on Steam. So, definitely recommend it. Just have financial phobia? That's okay, I do too. I mean, I try to be cautious, you know, I try to be cautious with my money online, but, I, for the most part, have gotten over being scared of purchasing things online, but it definitely took some time. Amazon was a big, major help to preventing me from being nervous of buying things online, because Amazon is pretty good at being safe with purchases and credit card information and stuff like that, so that's kind of how I roll. Let's see here. Wait. I fell behind. It was a little weird. Okay. I'm using earbuds with one of them broken for weeks now. Just barely bought new ones. Yeah, I kind of want to buy earbuds. I found out that my job allows me to wear earbuds while working. And so, like, I kind of want to buy, like, a nice pair of Bluetooth earbuds for when I'm working, so. But that would be a leisure purchase. Ooh, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, you know, it's an investment. And I mean, my job pays my bills, so, you know, if I'm saying that I'm buying it for work, at that point, it's a work purchase, I guess. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I've always wanted a nice set of Bluetooth earbuds, because I've primarily used wired headphones most of the time. But I also need, like, these guys need to be replaced. So they're not bad. They're not bad. They're just, like, I never use this little microphone for anything. It's not a very good microphone, so I don't use it. And on top of that, like, after wearing these for a while, they get really uncomfortable. So I kind of want to buy, like, a nice pair of like studio headphones, like the old ones that I have that are torn to shreds at this point. I can't use them at all anymore, so I just choose not to. The wire's all janked up, and it's just, I used to use it for editing back before the wire got super janky. But it's done. I've had those headphones for years, and they need to be replaced, so. but getting a nice pair of earbuds would be super nice. I probably wouldn't use them for editing. They'd probably just be work focused only. But getting a nice pair of studio headphones would be just the absolute bee's knees. Forget to charge the Bluetooth things, ends up just sitting there dead or charging. Yeah. I mean, I could do my job without earbuds, like I can. It's just, it would be nice. I would love to be able to listen to music while I'm working my job where I'm not concentrating super hard. So that would be fairly nice if I do say so myself. But yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of equipment I want to get for the channel. I kind of have a laundry list of things I need. I need to get I think I've talked about it before. I want to get a new camera stand. This camera stand, it was good for a while. Now it's just very janky. I've been having, ever since I got this new camera, it's been giving me trouble. So I kind of want to replace it with a nicer, like, legit camera stand. So that's something. I actually have a camera stand saved in my Amazon list that I had a lot of really good reviews on it. That's something I was kind of interested in. There's something else. Obviously, headphones. I mentioned studio quality headphones are something I'm looking into. The other major purchases I need to make for the channel is better editing software for both. I want to get Photoshop, and I also want to get Adobe, like Adobe Pro. The sooner I can get on board with that, the better. The better things will work out, I'm sure. I can teach myself. Like, if I was able to teach myself Shotcut, which I love, by the way, I love working with Shotcut, I can definitely teach myself Adobe. Like, I definitely think that I can do that, no problem. Crash Test says, Skullcandy, only brand I'd ever recommend apart from Sennheiser custom in ears, but they are a lot of money. I don't buy Skullcandy anymore. I've had way too many bad experiences with Skullcandy. Every piece of Skullcandy, like, I bought Skullcandy headphones, and I've also bought Skullcandy earbuds twice. And every piece of Skullcandy that I've ever bought falls apart in less than a year. Less than a year. So the studio quality headphones that I was using up until recently was Audio-Technica's. Audio-Technica studio quality headphones. And those headphones lasted me like almost a decade. 10 years. Audio-Technica headphones lasted me almost 10 years. Whereas all the Skullcandy stuff that I bought lasted me less than a year. A year or less. Straight up. Like, I'm never, after like my second pair of Skullcandy earbuds fell apart, I was like, never again. I'm done. I'm over it. I don't want to buy your crappy earphones and headphones anymore. They keep falling apart in less than a year. I have these Audio-Technicas. Those Audio-Technicas lasted me about 10 years. So, no, I'll go and probably buy more Audio-Technicas. Like, that's the brand that I trust now because it lasted me 10 years. Like, no, I'm not going to buy Skullcandy anymore. I'm over it. Editing software for sound and video, all you need is Audacity. Yeah, I mean, I should get back on board with Audacity, but I really want to work with Adobe. I really do. And I know that I'd have to pay for it. Like, I use Shotcut because it's free, and there's a lot of flexibility to it. I have learned a lot from using Shotcut, and I genuinely enjoy using Shotcut. However, there's just some things about the quality of Shotcut that I just can't accomplish. And if I look into doing stuff with Adobe, I have had multiple people tell me that Adobe is worth every cent. It gives you that, like, that high quality that, you know, I'm very clearly looking for. And that's something I want to learn and I want to utilize. And I don't think I'm going back from it. I don't think I'm going to change my mind on using Adobe. So Audacity maybe for sound, maybe at some point. I haven't really needed it lately. So, you know, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I really want to get into Adobe. I want to see what kind of tools they have available. I just want to utilize it. And honestly, like, I know it's a subscription service, so I mean, if I get tired of it, I'll just unsubscribe. You know, I'll stop paying for it, and then I'll just go back to Shotcut or do something different or do something new, you know? Let's see here. I've used Photoshop for photography before. Yeah, I want Photoshop for making thumbnails. Right now I'm using GIMP, which is a lot of fun to use. GIMP is a lot like Shotcut for photo editing and stuff like that. It's nice. It's free software. It gets a lot of work done, but it's that same thing that I'm talking about with Adobe, where it's like, I want that higher quality. I want the diverse amount of tools. I want the higher quality. I gotta get into Photoshop if I want to do that for higher quality thumbnails. So that's kind of where I'm standing. I want to, you know, pass that barrier. I want to pass that quality barrier and really put something awesome out there. Really, I know that I'm capable of creating something high quality. And I know that I can learn how to use the tools if I make them available to me. I just need to not be limited by the tools that I have. So if I can move forward and get into like Photoshop and Adobe, I think that I will be able to really just make that next step past the barrier that I've encountered with my quality of my videos and my, you know, thumbnails and things like that. So that's something I really very much want to do. Old Audio-Technica stuff was great. Their newer stuff is terrible. I don't know, Crash Test. I don't know. Like, I would legitimately I would have to experience it myself. So if I buy a pair of Audio-Technica headphones for doing studio quality work and they fall apart in a year, then yeah, sure. Okay, I'll believe you. But like I said, the old Audio-Technicas I've had for like 10 years, man. Like, straight up. Like, they were given to me as a gift back when I was living in California. And, like, they're amazing. Like, they were amazing. They've fallen apart since then. But, you know, it's been a long time. It's been a very long time since they, you know, before they fell apart. So, Adobe Spark is the best. That's what I use for my thumbnails. Okay. I mean, I've heard I've heard a lot of stuff about Adobe Pro. So, like, there's a guy that I work with who actually edits videos and stuff like that, and mostly as a hobby. I mean, he gets paid to edit videos and stuff, but he does it mostly for fun. And he was telling me that he uses Adobe Pro primarily, and that's been, like, the best for him to use. If Spark is cheaper than Pro and also like on the same quality level, or at least doesn't sacrifice too much of its quality, then maybe I'll do that. And if I don't like it, maybe I'll upgrade into Pro or something like that. So we'll see. Let's see here. Zoo says, I remember that I was assigned with combining 3 to 5 photos to make a fantasy photo. It ended up looking like an old noir movie that is particularly filmed and particularly drawn. That's cool. That's cool. I would love to like learn how to do some stuff like that. That would be really fun. I'm very limited with what I have available to me right now. So upgrading is a very big thing that's on my mind. But I have to get a little bit more financially stable. So I will get there. Things are looking up. I will say this last month has been really good to me. Like, making money from my new job, you know, doing the streams, coming back to making videos, trying out different projects, making different kinds of content. Like, things are going my way, or at least I feel like it. At least I feel like things are going my way. So I'm doing pretty nice, and I think that it's going to be a very short amount of time before I can get my hands on the software that I need and the equipment I need to just make things better. Legitimately, just to make things better. So it was an old noir photo of a boat docking in a sea cloud. So that's cool. That's pretty cool. It was really fun. I meant partially. Sorry, I'm super tired. It's all good, Sue. We're actually going to probably wrap this up. I had a good time. I'm glad I got to kind of do this stream. I know it's a little late, you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. And there's a new project on the pipeline, and you guys will probably be seeing that pretty soon, which I'm pretty excited to finish editing and release it to you guys. And we'll see what happens and see where it goes. And it could be a lot of fun. So I am going to wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for being here. Greatly appreciate you guys. You guys are wonderful to me. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. We're doing a lot of new fun things around here, new projects being worked on. We're building a nice community, so might as well like, comment, and subscribe to join the community and be a part of all the wonderful things I'm doing over here. While you're at it, looking at all that stuff, why don't you go ahead and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. It's greatly appreciated. Lets you guys know when I'm working on all the wonderful things that I'm working on. So if you want to keep in tune and find out about all the cool projects we're doing, that's the way to do it. And go ahead and check in the description below for all of my wonderful links. PayPal, Streamlabs, donations are greatly appreciated. There's different kinds of donations if you want to donate to me on Streamlabs. We have jump scares, and we also have non-jump scares that somehow end up being jump scares because that's my life, apparently. So all donations are greatly appreciated, and they help the channel out, and they allow me to buy equipment and all the things that I'm talking about with improving the channel. So thank you so much to all the people who choose to donate. You're greatly appreciated, and I love all of you. And on top of that, I also have a wonderful Patreon with wonderful Patreon members, such as ya boy Lettuce, Bo Falcon, Fajouk Enterprises, James P, and the lovely Miss Rebecca. Greatly appreciate my Patreon members who are more than happy to donate to me on a monthly basis, and it's so greatly appreciated, and it's very helpful, and I love you guys for doing it, as well as I'm trying to release content on Patreon specifically for you guys. So if you want to go and be a part of that community, go ahead and join up on the Patreon. It really helps me out. So thank you so much. And oh, you know what? Merch, guys. This time I'm going to do it right. Watch. Check it out. Bam! Merch! Buy the merch! Buy purchase from the Bad Damp collection. We've got one particular design that's really nice. I'm planning on releasing a new design soon. So I actually came up today with a new design idea for the merch, but right now we've just got the Bad Damp collection. So if you're interested in that, think about purchasing a Bad Damp collection merch, and that really helps me out as well. So thank you so much. Other than that, I'm just going to say the last few things, which is, guys, follow your dreams, okay? I'm following my dreams, and I feel like every day I'm getting closer to them, so you should follow your dreams too, okay, guys? And other than that, Habanero, signing out. Good night, everybody. Have sweet dreams. Dream of spicy, delicious peppers, and think of me while you're at it. Bring me into your dreams. All right, guys, good night. I'll see you later. Take it easy. Be good. Love you.